Hello, welcome to NOLA Stamping. So today we're going to be making a fun card using a incredibly overlooked paper pack that's in the annual catalog. It's called Countryside Inn, and I love it. I love all the little blue colors, and I really like the different designs. So it's got like four basic colors: the Night of Navy, and then the Misty Moonlight, Boho Blue, and Balmy Blue. I really like the different country inspired graphics on it. And I love how the whole pack goes together. So to make the card, we're just going to need a piece of boho blue that's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. That'll be the frame for the diamond on the front. And then we're also going to use a piece of crumb cake that's 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and that's going to be like the base of the different DSPs on it. And then we're also going to cut like a little piece that's about 1/2 inch by about 2 inches to put the sentiment on. And then we're going to need a piece of white that's 2.5 by 2.5. And then for the different colors of the DSPs, we're going to cut them all at 3 3/4 of an inch high. And then we're going to cut a piece that's 2.25 inches wide, one that's 1 inch wide, one that's 3/4 of an inch wide, and one that's 1/2 an inch. And then we're going to put all of those on the crumb cake, just as a like base for the front of the card. So you want to make sure that the orientation is correct when you're cutting them, because it's easy to get mixed up. But you just want to make sure that everything is pointed the right way on those. Okay, so let's get to stamping. So I'm using Misty Moonlight as the ink color. And I'm just stamping the best day ever on that extra little piece of crumb cake. So I did a couple of them just in case the die cut didn't come out right, but that's a just in case sort of thing. And it's always nice to have an extra one on hand. Okay, so let's take the white square, and I'm going to turn the orientation so that it's a diamond. And just stamp a flower there in the center. I'm using a retired stamp set from close to my heart that had sunflowers from a few years ago. But any flower set would work out well. So I'm using the Happy Little Things bundle. So that is just like a little flag that I'm using for a die cut. And I'm just doing one side of the die cut on that. Okay, so let's get to assembling. So we're going to use the crumb cake as the base to adhere all of the strips to. And you just want to make sure that you put the strips as close to the edge as possible, and just take your time and line it up. I'm using a tape runner to just adhere those the design paper from the Countryside Inn. And I'm doing the two edges first, so then I know that they're set correctly. And then I'm just going to go ahead and just sort of move over the next one and make sure that it's kind of like in the right spot, and that it's not crooked. So this one, crooked. So I put it back on again. And the thing is with there being just minimal strips, it's noticeable that if it's crooked. So that's why you just want to take your time and make sure everything's good before you activate your adhesive. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach that sunflower onto the frame. And you just want to sort of make sure that there's a nice border all the way around. And then we're going to attach that banner using some mini foam dots. These are thinner than the regular foam dots, which is nice. So then if you're sending the card through the mail, you don't have to worry about it like coming back non-machinable or something. So it won't be too thick to mail. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the backing off of the first dot. And I'm just going to sort of line it up and make sure that the banner is square. And I'm sort of making sure that the two sides of the diamond are covering up the joint in between the largest and the second largest piece of designer paper. And I'm just going to push that down real quick, and then I'm going to go ahead and add another foam dot onto the end, and that just sort of secures it in place. And it's just going up against that flower. So I'm going to use a tape runner and add some adhesive to the back to go on top of the card. When I realized that I stamped the card the wrong dimension, that I stamped it like it was side instead of being a sideways card, up and down. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab my Misty Moonlight because the sentiment's in a spot where I can cover it up with the image from the first one. So I'm just going to go ahead and restamp the Celebrate and You Are Incredible from the Happy Little Things stamp set. And I'm doing it sideways this time, the correct orientation. And then I'm just going to go ahead and add some Stampin' Seal adhesive on the card, and I'm going to cover up that wrong thing. Nobody needs to know that it was there. Like, nobody's going to be taking your card apart, so it's perfect to be able to just use the same thing over again. And nothing poked out or anything. So that worked out perfectly. And then I'm going to go ahead and use one of the Stampin' Write markers. And I'm using the thin, the 0.5 edge. And I'm just going to draw a little dotted line all the way around the edge of the card. It's got a little bit of a larger border. You could always draw lines there. It's just a fun way to sort of bring in a little stitched border without having to go ahead and hand stitch all the way around. It gives it the same sort of feel. And then I'm using these beautiful gems from Stampin' Up. I really like them. They have a silvery sort of feel and a bronze one. They're the pecan pie and clear ribboned adhesive back dots. But I'm going ahead and doing my making sure that I have a odd number of things on the front, embellishments on the front, and I'm just putting a couple in the corner, just sort of kind of creating a little triangle with the different dots. And that is it. This card came together so quickly. I really love how it looks, and it's a quick and easy way to congratulate somebody on having a good day or giving them just a little bit of a boost. Well, if this has been something that you've enjoyed, I was going to mention you may want to join our paper party happening in September on the 28th. I am joining with two other super crafty gals, Christina of Sunny Day Memories and Laura of Tri-Valley Papercrafters. And we're going to be doing a bunch of live video instruction. And we've made a little group, and there's just going to be a lot of fun, crafty goodness for card makers and scrapbookers and paper crafters. So I hope you can join us, and if not, don't forget to stay crafty.